Hello and welcome to episode 26 of the Roma Revolution. I'm Ben, and coming up on today's episode we have our first leg of the Champions League knockout round against PSV. But first we've got a must-win game in Serie A in the sole derby against Napoli. Now, some of you may recall that this time last season, around the January-February, it all fell apart. And that really cost us our season. Well, there is a risk of it happening again. Since you were last with me, we've played the one game. It was a 2-1 loss to Benevento. We went ahead early through Pellegrini. It didn't last long. Mattias Arezzo got one back for them. Alessandro Diola then scoring for them on the 34th minute. We couldn't get past them. We didn't play well at all. And we've now gone 4 games without a win, mixing across obviously Serie A and the Italian Cup quarter-final. But we need to pick up in form before we slide further behind AC Milan in Serie A, and of course to make it through against PSV in the Champions League. And that means there has been a change of system. We're going to go a bit more gegenpressing, just maybe change things up. I feel like the teams are potentially working out how we were going to come and play against them. We're also just going to go for a 5-3-2, make room for some of the new personnel that we brought in January. Therefore, the team for Napoli is this. It's Falanese in goal, a back 5 of Valier, Mancini, Upamecano, Todibo and Bua, with Icardi, Tonali and Pellegrini in the midfield, with Almada and in behind Esposito up front. We are also going through a little bit of an injury crisis. We are missing Miranda and Cristante completely from the matchday squad today, so we are getting down to a few bare bones, hence why we've got Valier on the left, the youngster, for his first start, I probably think it is, for Roma. But we really need to pick up form, and it's a big game. We've got Napoli here whilst Juventus and AC Milan play each other, so a massive game up at the top of the table. If we win and Juventus win, it makes this tight. If we win and AC Milan win, then they will still be 8 points ahead of us at the top of the league. But a chance to close that gap and probably go second, I think, leapfrogging Napoli, obviously before Juventus play AC Milan later. And looking at the start of the game, we've been all right. We've dominated the possession. We've had more shots, 3 of which have been on target. We haven't seen any yet, but could we here? Value is off the pitch with an injury, as it would seem, so it'd be really unfortunate if we concede while he's off the pitch, but it looks like it might well be the case as it falls to Rossillon on the left. It's kind of at the back post and it's hit the bar, and Bua clears from a really early scare. We were missing Value on the left-hand side, who's picked up a knock, a potential thigh injury, but he's looking okay at the moment, so he'll play on. And Napoli's first chance of the game nearly was the goal that could have been a killer for us early on. We've not seen anything of us. Looking at the stats, we've played quite well, but as time ticks towards half-time, it is Roma 0, Napoli 0, and in a must-win game, we want to see far more than we have. With the injury crisis we've got going on, I'm going to bring Value off. Moussa Wagou, usually our light back, but he can come on just to provide a bit of cover on the left. He's able to play there, maybe not his most natural position, but we'll see how he gets on. And Pellegrini heads clear from the corner. Who's going to get to it first? It's Kolev, but Tonali has nabbed it off him in the midfield. And is this a chance for us to counter and potentially go ahead in this game? Tonali surges forward, but Zappacosta, the ex-Roma man, of course, back right at the beginning of the series, has nabbed it off of him. And it's now looking like Napoli are going to build from deep through Rossillon on the left. He's got a chance to cross, but he's had to go back to Zielinski, who puts it 1-2 with Insigne. Rossillon and Zielinski playing well together on this left-hand side. It's out to David Zappacosta on the right, and it's just hit the side netting, but Napoli definitely having the better chances in this game, it would seem, and we're therefore going to up our approach to attacking. Pellegrini with the ball in. It's fallen to Esposito, who should have buried it free at the back post. He's got the chance to put his first goal in the net for a while, and he's not been able to do so. It's starting to come alive a bit, this game, in the second half. Koulibaly at the back then for them. Zielinski, Asensio in acres of space, and he's got room to run at the Roma defence. Bua brings him down. It's going to be a penalty, there's no doubt about it. And the losing run, I think, is going to continue. And this could be the end of our Serie A title, but Fariñez has saved! Oh, what a save from Walker Fariñez! Just as I was saying, the season might well be over. Fariñez saves the penalty. Asensio on the right. They're still coming out of Samada tackles. It's a corner for them. But Walker Fariñez, if we go on to win this game, will be the hero. And that could be a season-defining moment for this Roma side. Fariñez, what a save. What a man. Esposito's going to come off. He's on a really torrid run of form. And so is Almada. The two kingpins in the team are starting to just slide on a bit of a decline towards the end of the season. Zaniolo and Sheik can come on. We're going to ask for some creativity. Can we find a winning goal in the last half an hour or so? Tonali's got it! It's 1-0 Roma! Sandro Tonali, only his second goal of the season. Pellegrini with a cracking ball into the box from the corner. And Sandro Tonali finds himself free to nod home. Not the man you'd usually see in those positions, but what a header. And can we keep hold of this now? We've dropped back to positive as opposed to attacking. Rassilon on the right. He has beaten his man, but Zielinski is pressed well again. Coquelin out to Niang, who's got Zappa Costa, the danger man so far on the right. It's a ball in. Lorenzo Insigne. We've wobbled again. It's Roma 1, Napoli 1. We can't hold on to a lead. We've got no backbone in the team, it would seem. And there's a matter of a minute gone, and the Tonali goal has been equalled out by Insigne straight away. But Sheik now, and it's 2-1. Can we hold on to it this time? It's another corner. It's Pellegrini. Patrick Sheik is the goal scorer. This time more of an expected goal scorer, I would have thought. Pellegrini with the ball in. Same area again. Sheik with no one around him, and it's easily slotted into the bottom corner. And we're going to go back to positive. But this time, we're looking to hold on to a lead. Zappa Costa to Fabian. It's stolen off him by Tonali, and he's surging forward. Finds Pellegrini under pressure in the middle, who does well to find Riccardi, who just fires wide. What a game it's been. It's been an end-to-end stuff, and with... Oh no, we've made all our subs. I was going to say with 8 minutes to go, we'll make a final change, but of course... because of the Wagyu sub in the first half, we haven't got any left, and it's Todibo well clear to Fabian, and they've scored again. We can't keep hold of a lead, and it's starting to become a real problem for this Roma team. It's Roma 2, Napoli 2. We've led twice. We've been equalised twice. Is there going to be a last twist? I don't think there is. And unless Juventus beat AC Milan, I think our season might well be coming towards an end. Another poor result in Serie A. Roma 2, Napoli 2. We're going to get aggressive. We're not playing at all well enough at the moment. And we really need to pick up our performances if we're going to beat PSV in the Champions League. And I will see you for that in a second. Here we go then, guys. PSV versus Roma. Can we turn the form around and get a big win and go a step further than we did last year in the Champions League? A couple of changes. Ramos in for the big game. He's replaced Upamecano at the back. Juan Miranda is also back, so he comes in at left wing back. Florenzi back at right wing back instead of youngster David Bua. It's a must-win game. Juventus and Milan did only draw in Serie A at the weekend, so that is still up for grabs, but it's going to take a minor miracle now, I feel, with us being 8 points behind AC Milan at the top of the league. But we are 6 points ahead of Udinese, I believe it is, down in 5th. So we should have secured a Champions League spot, but that's not the aim for us this year. We want to go out and win some silverware. This is obviously one of the options. It's going to be a tough ask to win the Champions League, but an easier tie than some in PSV. So let's see if we can make that count. And an early highlight here with Mancini playing it to Tonali, who finds Miranda back in the side from a little bit of a layoff. He cuts inside. He can't quite beat his man. And Teze has beaten off him. We've got Gutierrez on it at the back for them. Lucasen tries to find Romero, but Todibo steps in. Riccardi and Esposito slot it between each other. Florenzi back to Pellegrini. Esposito, he's stopped his goal drought. Sebastiano Esposito, his 16th goal of the season. We're off to a flyer. Can we hold on to it this time? Florenzi with a good ball back to Pellegrini, who whips it across the front of goal. And Esposito is there to head home and has that got his scoring boots back on. Todibo heads just over. It's a really bright start from Roma. And maybe, just maybe, this is where our fortunes begin to turn. With regards to the league, we've not many difficult games left. So it is still on. We've got to just be ruthless from here on in. And we're looking like we're ruthless here. Esposito fires over. A great ball in again from Pellegrini. He's playing out of his skin at the moment. Probably the best Roma player this season again and for the last 3 as well. Florenzi to Almada. Florenzi back post. Juan Miranda almost capped his return with a goal, but it was just over the bar. He's struggling for a little bit of fitness, but a big game like this, especially when we've been struggling, I felt like he had to play. And he's done okay so far. We've not been amazing, but we've not been bad at all. And 1-0 at this stage is okay. Riccardi, Tonali, Almada. 2 would be lovely if we can get it. Pellegrini to Florenzi. Takes on his man. Is he going to put a ball across? He does. It finds Miranda, Esposito, Almada. Riccardi with a shot from off just outside the box. It's only just wide. He's obviously bagged a few goals himself this year, and that wasn't far from another. Pellegrini with the ball in. Esposito just wide. We've had loads of chances, but we've not quite put them away. Is this going to be another one? Pellegrini with the ball in. Esposito can't quite get there, and Hatterland sends Jensen on his way. And is this going to be typical Roma? Oh, it's hit the bar and we're lucky. The defence isn't quite performing as we want it to be. Pellegrini, a key man, has picked up a knock. He's dropped in fitness quite dramatically as well. He's going to have to come off. Riccardi can go into the Mazzara role. Diawara can come on and play as a box-to-box midfielder. That could be a huge loss if it's a major injury to Lorenzo Pellegrini. But a solid first half, 14 shots, 5 on target, 56% possession. But we still want more. And we need to go out and find more. Almada has started to really dip with form. A 6.6 at the moment. He's not been playing well at all. And that needs to change soon because he was massive in the early stages. But Esposito with another chance and it's just over the bar. We've had so many chances. How it's only 1-0 I don't know, but the concern is whilst it's still 1-0 there is a chance for PSV to come back into this game, and this could be their chance. Hatterland on the left. Is he going to be able to get past Riccardi, who's hassling him well? He's been able to get the pass away. Jensen, Sadliak. Back to Buscagli, who heads it on for Ihataren. But it's only as far as Diawara, but Teze on the ball clear. It's not far clear. Jensen to Buscagli. This feels like a goal. Gagpo, it's hit the bar. It should have been, but it wasn't quite. Miranda starting to really dip in fitness. He's going to come off. Bua's going to come on. Can Florenzi go onto this left? He can. Florenzi and Miranda going to switch sides. Florenzi and Bua are both going to come back into the 5 as well. We're going to stick with that for now. Confirm the changes. We just want one more goal. And I feel like I'm going to demand a little bit more to see if we can get it. 20 minutes to go still, but it's a big time in the game if we can get another goal. Florenzi on the left, obviously a bit naive for him. Esposito, an awful mistake from the goalie. He has scored. Florenzi from the left. It's an unusual position for him, but he's bagged an assist from it. It's a good flow. Florenzi to Diawara. Florenzi surges forward. Beats his man on his weaker foot, gets it into Esposito, and Unastall has had an absolute shocker. And we now have 2 away goals to take back to the Olimpico, and perhaps a result that would really boost the confidence of the boys in what has been a really time of it recently. Todibo now with a deep free kick. Can we make it free? Riccardi, he can't quite beat his man, but Tonali finds Bua with an awesome ball. Riccardi! 3-0 Roma. This feels like a performance that is a comeback. David Bua with a great spot ball in. It didn't quite fall to the man. He finds Riccardi at the back and it's a cracking ball. Tonali to start with a great ball out to Bua as well. A good team move and it can potentially afford us just to rest someone like Tonali ahead of the next game. Zaniolo's going to come on for him. He'll swap over with Almada and that is the final change in a game that has been really positive for us and hopefully is the start of a better run of form. 3 minutes of injury time. We're going to see a final highlight in it. Can we keep a clean sheet? There's a chance. Falanez on the ball to Sergio Ramos. The first we've seen of him popping it about with Todibo at the back. Falanez to Florenzi, who's got Esposito ahead of him, or I think it's Zaniolo inside him, but he's going it alone. He finds Diawara, who finds Riccardi. Esposito, hat-trick opportunity. Unastall with a good save to make up for his earlier error. Esposito having a brighter game than he has. It's fallen to him at the back post. He's headed over again. But as time ticks by, it looks like the final score is going to be Roma 3, PSV 0. A really good result and one that should hopefully be defendable back at the Stadio Olimpico. There it is. Time up. The only concern from the game is the Pellegrini injury. But we're back. It's Roma 3, PSV 0. And that has certainly filled me with a little bit of confidence going forward. Hopefully we can convert that form into the league and there is still a slim chance that we can finish atop the Serie A this year. Looking ahead then, we'll be back for the second leg and that will be combined with what else but another Derby della Capitale. I feel like we're seeing a lot of Lazio on the series. If we want to stop seeing them, let me know and I'll change it. But PSV and Lazio next time, and can we see a pick-up in form in between now and then? I hope you have enjoyed today's episode, and if you have, as always, please leave a like down below for me. If you're new or not yet subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button also, and thank you all for coming along and watching.